apparently we've got a new, we'll say, spectator in the community, and a lady by the name of Roman Army. And Miss Roman Army likes to say that everybody in the community is bullying and harassment and harassing. I love the way Square and his dad say harassing. They always kind of drag out the ass part of it. This harassment. That's what, like him and his dad, the guy on the phone call the other day. I just thought I'd throw a little tidbit in. I'm not sure why. ADD maybe. But she's come to the damn community and says that we're all bullying Square. Bullying and harassing. Said that they've called Square names, they've called him homophobic slurs, they call his house, and they took his dog. I mean, come on. Give me my dog back. That's how Square cries. One of the last things that chick said that I heard on there was that Square's coming online crying and pouring his heart out. He'll cry online. That ain't real tears, because there's no tears at all. Like, he's full of shit. You're being manipulated. Maybe you're being manipulated by me too. No, I don't know. But I'm nobody. I'm the weakest link. I'm literally like the weakest one in the world, in the community. I don't know. But you said we was all calling this boy homophobic names and stupid shit. Man, I don't give a fuck about somebody. I don't care if he's gay or bi or whatever they said he is. Is that true? You know, possibly. His ex-wife did say some of them allegations. So there's probably a little truth to some of that. I don't give a fuck. Why the hell do my problem with Square is that he is a manipulative little shit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A manipulative little shit. Oh yeah. I'm not sure why I'm putting it like that, but he is, and he really is, and and anybody whose reaction to Square and advice to Square is anything other than take a break, get the hell off of YouTube, or maybe even take a break from the internet for a while and let this shit blow over, you're not doing him any fucking favors. Going on there and calling this boy and telling him how much of a victim he is and blowing smoke up his ass is not doing this guy any fucking favors. And telling him, oh, yeah, you're not in active addiction. Because Square loves to tell everybody he's not in active addiction. Oh, thank God he's not. He just comes online fucking high as fuck on his damn meds, mixing his Subutex and his damn Ativans, and then smoking. A couple weeks ago, he said he smoked 6 ounces of weed a month, and then the other day he said he only smokes 4 ounces of weed a month. That's a lot of fucking dope, though, man, for real. Not people can get mad at me again. Oh God, I call marijuana dope, but look, I don't smoke weed. I don't really do drugs, but 4 ounces is a lot. Look, I've known a lot of potheads in my day. Matter of fact, one of the biggest potheads I knew when I was younger, like an ounce of weed would last him, I mean, at least 2 weeks. I mean, maybe 3 or 4. I mean, unless you just got unlimited funds to go and re-up every damn time, and you don't do nothing with your life, and all you do is sit around and smoke, chain smoke weed all damn day. And 4 ounces of weed a month, that's a lot, man. Like, even for somebody on medical, like, most of them folks that I've seen, like, they smoke a couple joints a day, like, maybe 3. I mean, you gotta be smoking a shit ton of weed to be fucking. But then again, that's Square's business. Fuck it. If he wants to sit around and get high, that's fine. But my main problem with this dude is he comes online, he claims he's not addicted to nothing, but he comes online constantly, like, slurring his words and talking like this and saying crazy shit when he's high. And then when you tell him, hey, Square, dude, you're fucked up, dude. Why don't you just go to bed? Just call it a night. Then that's when he starts giving you the speech about, hey, he's not in active addiction, and he starts blocking you and banning you and everything else because he gets pissed off. How dare you, tell the truth to him? And usually those end up being the streams where he passes out on fucking live stream. Nods out. One of the most recent ones he did was a couple Sundays ago, where Grandpa went off to church and somebody named Army Vet called, and Grandpa, whilst he was at church, and had to get Grandpa out of church to go over and wake Square up. And Grandpa come in and said, boy, you done fell asleep on that with that computer running again. They done called me and said you done fell asleep. Wake up, get up. And Grandpa was mad, and rightfully so. He was in there in church on Sunday morning trying to praise the Lord. And his little man-child, 30-year-old grandson, was back at his house high on drugs at 10 o'clock in the morning or 11 o'clock in the morning, whatever, I don't know. But yeah, middle of the day, mid-morning, he's passed out high on drugs, imagine that. But, but hey, he's not in active addiction though. You gotta make sure you coddle him and do all that, whatever, I don't know. But you got to do them things, or else he'll not speak to you again. He'll say that you're bullying and you're harassing him. You're waging a bullying and harassment campaign against him. I don't know. I'm probably all over the place with this shit, but the main thing with this dude is, like, he's manipulative as fuck. And then when he doesn't get his way, or if he does get called out on that, and you're making too much sense, and you're telling too much of the truth, or making too many good points that he can't refute, his next option is to say, well, I'll just gonna end it all then. And he don't mean the live stream. He means end his life in response to you speaking the truth to him about, calling him out for being high on the internet, and passing out on stream or stupid shit like that. Of course, he's not going to do it. He doesn't mean it. Now, you think, oh, that's a very serious thing, suicide. And then you'd also probably be the person to get mad and say that somebody swatted him for calling and doing a welfare check when he comes online. One of the fucking 50 some odd times probably that he's come online threatening to off himself or hurt himself, or he threatened suicide, which is bullshit, man. That pisses me off. That was a little fucking coward coming online threatening to kill himself, knowing good and well he don't have any real intentions of doing that shit. Pisses me off. And then he tries to spin it and say, oh, I was just referring back to when I tried to attempt it a few years ago, and I was saying I don't want to get back in that place. But square, that's not what you said, dude. People save these clips, man. You're full of shit. Nobody believes you except for a couple of people like this lady, which is bullshit. It pisses me off. Says that we're all fucking... It's just, the generalization just drives me nuts, because she comes on here and says that we're all calling you homophobic slurs and shit like that, and calling your house all the time and showing up at your doorstep. That's probably 2 or 3 people that call him on a regular basis. And he knows who the fuck those people are. That's probably 1, maybe 2 or 3 people that call him homophobic slurs. There's, again, maybe 2 or 3 people that have called the cops and had welfare checks done. And there's like 1 person that's called, or probably 2 or 3. Again, it's like 2 or 3 fucking people. And you sit here and say that we're all awful, we're all these horrible people, and we're harassing this guy because we just want to get subscribers and view counts. Are you kidding me? I could post a video about Durkee White any damn day of the week and get 1,000 fucking views or more, which I ain't shit, because it's not a lot, because she got way more than me, I'm sure it was, and that's fine. I totally get that. So probably laugh at me over only getting 1,000 or 1,200 views, but like, I'm small time. I'm like Square. I ain't got very many subscribers. You understand, of course, but I could post a video, a random just rant about Durkee and all his shenanigans, which I haven't lately, because he's another piece of shit that got arrested a couple damn weeks ago for allegedly strangling his girlfriend. Fuck, that pissed me off. I like Durkee when he's funny, not when he's being violent or damn abusing his girlfriend, but that's neither here nor there. See, again, I'm all over the place with this. But, damn it, I forgot what the hell I was talking about. Fuck, but the shit was Square, I guess. I don't know. That's gonna bother me. Now, what the hell was I saying? I got twisted off talking about Square, and then Durkee, and then... Damn it, that's gonna bother me. But, I don't know. But he's manipulative little shit. And... Oh yeah, view counts. See, I could post a video about Durkee, just a random rant, and get 1,200 views. I can post a fucking, a solid gold fucking some shit about Square, and I might get 300 views. Nobody gives a shit about Squareworks me. They just don't. But Squareworks don't like it at all, because you put the truth out about him, and you tell this man the truth, and he'll despise you, and he won't speak to you. He unbans people on his channel constantly. Gives out those wrenches like crazy. That's why we call him Squitler, because he's a wrench Nazi, because God giveth the wrench, but Squitler taketh away. So, you understand. So if you hear somebody with Nazi references or anything, it don't mean anybody's racist now. It just means he's a wrench Nazi. There's a big difference between a real Nazi and a wrench Nazi. A wrench Nazi is just somebody like Squitler or Square, as you would call him, or Ian, whatever, on YouTube, who would give out wrenches and then take them away for no reason. You took mine away. Square, you did. You took it away. You give it to me for no reason, then took it away, and then give it back and took it away, and then you give it back and took it away like 10 more times. And then I told the truth one too many times, and you took it away for good, and then you banned me, and I'm still banned. I got unbanned one time a few weeks ago, and I went in there and just made a random comment, because Square said he wanted to get along with everybody. And he's like, you better know who's that? What's that? Like, it's like, I don't know what that is, but you better not be saying anything bad to me. And you better do like you said you're just gonna do and apologize to me and take down all my videos on your channel. I went through this a couple weeks ago, but, like, Square, I'm never gonna apologize to you for telling the truth, dude. Sorry. But, and you ain't done that to me to apologize neither. And I've never agreed to apologize to you or take down videos or anything. I've took down a few of the videos I've done in the past, a couple weeks ago or a month ago, whenever it was, about like, this is the one I was prepared to cry. And I was showing you how ridiculous you look and sound sometimes, but it didn't do any good because you don't care. Because you do this shit on purpose. It's your fucking, this little cycle thing. I mean, this is my opinion that he does it on purpose, you see, but this, but still, this is just how I make videos. I'm just thinking out loud and just just go with it, okay? Look, I probably don't make any sense, but that's okay. Just go with it. I mean, unless you're insulted by this video, and then if that's the case, you probably aren't watching this. You probably already hit the stop button a long time ago, and that's okay. That's okay. It's all right. But I didn't appreciate how that lady come on there and accusing all of us of these things. That's terrible. You ought not do that. You really ought not to. But yeah, but all that shit with Square is fake. Again, just my opinion. I think it is. I think he's full of shit, and he does this stuff to get attention. Whether he gets positive attention or negative attention, he's getting attention, and that gives him the opportunity to come online and act like he's the victim and everybody's being mean to him, and he cries. And you ever seen how he cries? And he's like, I just don't understand why Roman Army. And then next thing you know, he's talking like I am now after he was just crying, and there's no tears in his eyes. And like half the time, he don't even sound sincere when he's crying. I mean, again, and look, I'm sorry, I don't believe it. I can't even give this guy the benefit of the doubt with that shit, because we've all seen it so many times. Like, he thought he had all of us one day. Like, he thought he had us all dead to rights. He thought that his dog had been missing for 8 minutes. He's got a GPS tracker on his little dog, the one they call Carl. He calls him Brownie. The one that he was playing grab ass with on his little short video earlier, where he called it, saying he was going to get that little dog's booty. This is Square's words. This is a true story, y'all. I swear to God. If y'all hadn't seen it, if it's still up on his channel, go watch it. It's a little short video from this morning. If not, I'm sure somebody clipped it or saved it. But he was literally playing grab ass with the dog, man. I promise you he was. And he called it grabbing the dog's booty. He was going to get that dog's booty. He was going to get his booty or whatever it was. And but back to my original story. But Square's dog was missing. He had a little GPS collar on the dog, and the dog's collar had not registered on the internet in 8 minutes. And Square came online, and he was crying just a boo-hoo. Just going, oh, this collar hasn't registered in 8 minutes. They took my dog. And he's like, give me back my dog. I know you've paid somebody to take him. And it's like Square, and then the cops show. He called the cops, because by then it had been 20 minutes without the collar registered. Not one time did this man leave his house to go look for that damn dog. Not one time did he get in the car with Grandpa to go, drive around the block and look for the dog. Or the very first thing he should have done is went and knocked on the neighbor's door and asked if Brownie was over there. But he didn't do that neither. He called the cops and said that these people on the internet are bullying and harassing me. They took my dog and they paid somebody to take him. And the whole time he's live streaming. He went live like twice doing this. He's like, give me back my dog. And he was like, you people, you took him and you did something to him. I know you did. And like, he's very serious with this. And he's telling that, except for when the cops ask him questions, he's like, oh, yes, sir. He's been missing for 30 minutes. And it's like, no. And he's like, yeah, my name is Ian Giblets Williams. Ian Gibbler Williams, or whatever his name is. I don't know. His name is like Ian Gibbler Williams or something. I don't know. That's probably not his real name, but, well, Ian's his real name. But he's told us that many times, and his name is secret. But, But he's talking just as plain as day as like I am now when he was talking to the cop, giving him his name. But just before that, though, he's all, "Give me back my dog." And it's like, dude, stop. Just fucking cut it out. Like, he made a fool out of himself. I mean, probably worse than the fool I'm making out of myself right now. But see, I do it purposely, though. He does it. Hey, maybe he does it purposely, too. But if that's the case, he should let it be known he's doing it purposely and he's just doing it for laughs, and everybody can, feel a little bit better when they do laugh at him. Cause Square, when you do that, you watch these videos. I know you do, because I've seen you comment in the past on my comment section, and I don't delete you, and you're not blocked anymore. You was blocked one time right after you first blocked me, cause I was mad and I blocked you back in return. Tit for tat, and I was all pissed off, and I was like, you know what? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take the high ground, and instead of giving Square a sincere, heartfelt apology, like that fella that's always giving out the sincere, heartfelt apologies and then coming back online going, "I can't believe after I gave you my sincere, heartfelt apology that you would continue to do that." Or whatever, I don't know. But there's a dude on here that's always talking about giving out sincere, heartfelt apologies. He's very serious with it too. He gets real into it. He's real dramatic with it too, the way he talks. But it's kind of funny. I won't say who, because there ain't nobody in the community. It's somebody that's kind of on the outskirts, but nobody I even know. It's just kind of funny. But see, I'm all over the place. I guess it's ADD. I don't know, but yeah, Square's. Damn it! See, I done did it again. I done forgot what I was saying, man. Damn, this is bad. This is like the worst. My videos are always a shit show. But, oh God, see, and that's gonna bother me now because I can't think what the hell I was talking about. Shit, I have to pause this stuff sometimes, and like stop and think, okay, what the fuck was I saying? Because I get so twisted off in different directions, talking about different things. And I'm like, shit. Well, I was talking about him and the dog and the crying and all that, and I don't know. But, oh yeah, I blocking Square on my channel, and I unblocked him, and he comments on here sometimes. See, I get so twisted off, and it should have just been an easy, real simple thing. Square comments, and then I'll see him, he'll comment, and before I go back and read it and respond, he's already deleted it. So I know he watches, but he probably won't be real happy about this video, but it's all true. Now, I may be stupid about it, me and Goofy and shit, but there's a lot of truth here too, and I'm speaking the truth. He really is a rich Nazi. He really does ban people and then unblock him, except for me. He don't unban me because he said I owe him a sincere, heartfelt apology. I better shut up or I forget what I'm talking about again. But I don't know. But that pissed me off. That girl come over here accusing all of us of just being mean to Square because we. And the other thing that really got under my skin is she's over there talking to Tammy and Mike Hader, and of course Tammy and Mike Hader, they have done anything. They have never played into any of this. The only times they may have is when it was warranted, of course. But they got out of that a long time ago, and they knew that it was all wrong and that they would not have anything to do with that because they are innocent. Everything, of course, as per usual. But everybody else, though, they're all wrong, and they're just childish, and they're just trying to fuck with Square because they don't like him, and they just want to use him for content. Even those who are talking about Square don't get you any views. Maybe about 300, maybe 4 if you're lucky, which ain't really shit. But, hey, that's cool. But on that live feed with Tammy and Mike Hader earlier today, they were trying to spin it as everybody started trolling Square after Johnny left the internet. No. People tried to be friends with Square. People tried to be cool with Square. People like myself thought Square was harmless. He was just kind of funny, because he's just a guy with problems on the internet that. But he's harmless at the end of the day. And then you get to know him. You see how manipulative he is over time. It's not something you can just read into in 6 hours. You wait and kind of pay attention to him for about 6 months. Then you really see it really after about a month. A couple of weeks, maybe a month. But, yeah. But, and look, I don't condone all the shit people do, setting up websites and all that, but those people are trolls. That's what they do. And calling his house and, hassling his grandpa and all that. Look, I don't condone any of that shit. But, again, this is like a loose-knit community where we all kind of talk and know each other and stuff, but we're not all like best friends. We don't all communicate as, we don't act as one with one accord and all that, like what you read in the Bible or something, about like a church group. We're not like that. This ain't a cult. We're just a loose-knit group of people on here on YouTube that watch Square. Like we're all different. So don't act like we're all supporting this different kind, this kind of shit, some of the stuff like that, because that's not true. And yeah, and are showing their balls on the damn internet. Now, look, I don't look, man. MC's a funny dude, man. Y'all like to call him Monopoly Man. Apparently, he's a funny guy, but you might want to keep your balls off that. But again, hey, man, who am I to judge? It's kind of funny, so I ain't. It's shocking and funny, so until you hear them say it and be like, this girl's like, I'm a victim of. They have to call it essay on the YouTube, and that's not funny. That's fucked up. But and then he's doing that, and then you're all like, well, goddamn, that ain't funny. Now that you got to feel all bad and shit. And it's like, well, fuck, man, he probably should have did that. But I don't know. Again, he's his own person. That's what he does. Hey, I don't know, because if I do that, everybody's like, oh my god, you support that. And if I do that, everybody's like, oh my god, you don't like MC. I'm like, I don't give a fuck one way or the other. Not really. I mean, like the part about the essay shit, that's fucked up. And I hate to hear somebody went through that, but the part of him showing his deal on the camera, hey, I don't know. I ain't touching that one with a 10.5-foot pole, or 10.5 inch. I don't know. I wouldn't touch it with Square's pole. We'll say that. But I don't know. But I didn't appreciate how she come on there. They were trying to spin it as it was Johnny. The whole thing was started by trolling Johnny. Johnny don't have anything to do with this Square shit. Most of us actually are followers of Durkee, and Johnny kind of merged and Johnny weaseled his way into the Durkee Burrs. He actually went over to Bend, West Virginia, and was live streaming from Durkee's mama's trailer. Durkee White, if you ain't never seen White's West Virginia, it's one of the greatest documentaries of all time, and you must go and watch it if you've never seen it, because it's crazy. It's hillbilly nonsense, and it's hilarious. White trash, craziness. But yeah, I like Durkee when he's funny. I don't like him when he's getting in trouble and being abusive. But it's neither here nor there. But yeah, this shit didn't start with the Johnny shit, and I'm all over the place, and I don't know why I do that. Again, I think I'm a little ADD. That it's really late, and I'm tired, and I don't know. I'm wired up on like caffeine and stuff, but actually that's like my drug of choice these days. But no coffee this late, but still, damn it, this is such a shit show. I keep going back and forth between different things, but I've done a horrible piss poor job of making points or anything like that. But sorry, it's 23 minutes almost since this video started. But look, this shit didn't start with Johnny. Not everybody in the community agrees with some of the harsh bullshit people have done towards Square, or some of the things that you would call harassment. And yeah, I mean. But Square's not innocent in all this either. He is an active addiction. Yes, he does abuse his meds. He smokes way too much weed. He's 30 years old and he doesn't support himself in any way. Like, he lives entirely off his 87-year-old grandfather. And the thing, again, my conclusion with all this is, if you're telling Square anything other than take a break, get the hell off YouTube, maybe even get the hell off the internet for a good while and just take a break, do some real life shit, go encourage him to go out and get into like a 12-step group or Celebrate Recovery or something, and get into that and go and meet some people and get to know some folks in his community, some real people in real life that he can actually be friends with, and they can actually help keep him accountable, and he can keep them accountable, and just form some real relationships with real people in real life and not on the internet. Because Square always does the fake crying. He goes, I just wanted to come over and make friends. Well, Square, if you want to make friends with people, you don't manipulate people like that. And you damn sure don't come online saying weird or crazy shit like that you're gonna hurt yourself or you're gonna kill yourself over somebody disagreeing with you, or somebody calling you a name or something online. Like, dude, that's not that. But again, and she was all, the Roman Army chick was all worried about Square's mental health and being triggered. Square's triggered all the damn time by every fucking thing. Again, if you're telling him anything other than to get the hell off the internet and take a break, get the hell off YouTube, and even when he does come back, just move on and don't look back, don't come back around all this shit. If you're telling him anything other than that, you are not his friend, and you do not have that dude's best interest at heart. Because that's the only thing that's going to get any of this shit to stop. And I'm not even talking about me. Look, fuck, I ain't got to make videos about Square. I average about one every week or two, maybe 2 weeks lately. But I'm talking like the people really fucking with him and really trolling him. The only way that's gonna stop is if he gets the hell off the internet for a while, just gets off YouTube and takes a break. I need like a long break, like a month or two, maybe more. Like Johnny did a while back. And again, the Workyverse has nothing to do with Johnny Gobble, nothing. That other than that's where a lot of the people came. That's where about half of the community came from. Was people that were messing with Johnny over the Upchurch shit. And most of those people are just fans of Ryan Upchurch, and they were just following. They were just following Upchurch because he was messing with the guy and it was funny, and they wanted to get in on it too. That's just how they do. That's Creek Squad. They're kind of a troll community. Again, they're entertaining, man. It's funny. Sometimes they go a little overboard. Sometimes too, kind of like the Worky Birds. But I don't know. Again, if you're telling that boy anything other than get the hell off the internet, you ain't doing him no favors, and you ain't no friend of him. Because calling him and telling him, oh, it's okay, these big bad meanies are just out to get you, and yeah, that ain't gonna do nothing but just keep this shit going on. Because these people that are doing a lot of this shit, they don't give a fuck about you, Square. They don't like you. They can't stand you. Because they're fucking trolls. They're not your friends, dude. Fuck, man. They're just not. They're trolls. Like, they're not going to be your friends ever. And a lot of them, like myself, look, I ain't got nothing against you personally, but your antics drive me fucking crazy. They get on my nerves. Like, like I don't hate you personally, but I can't stand the way you act, and it pisses me off sometimes. It gets on my nerves. And I've almost gone a half hour. I gotta cut this off. I'm sorry, y'all, but seriously, don't be calling that boy. Tell that boy to do the right thing and take a break and get the hell off here. Otherwise, it's just gonna keep going on. Sorry, y'all. I know I've gone way too long. But hey, this video wouldn't exist if I wasn't banned from commenting on Square's channel, because I can't leave a little two-sentence comment anymore, so I'll make a half-hour video detailing all my comments. I'm probably banned on that other chick's channel, the Roman Army chick, because I was on her chat earlier telling her that she better not be bullying Square by accusing him of being in an active addiction, because everybody knows that Square is not in active addiction. No, sir. Not at all. Except for the times that he is, where he nods out and passes out high on drugs. But, that's Square. Sorry, y'all. It's gone for a half hour. Oh, well, see y'all later, folks. Bye. Sorry.